Hey guys, Roger with Grower Solution. Hope everybody's doing good today. Going to watch a video that Tim and Morgan put together on the Master Gardener kit and the drip irrigation. It's a real short one. I just want to go over some directions on how to kind of do some assembly on it that we have questions on. So I'm going to watch this real quick and I'm going to comment on it at the same time. And I can give you a little background. What it is Corey takes care of our gardens here, and he's actually watering his garlic. Was an easy place for us to set it up, and that we could see it. He had some space, so he's putting it in a garlic situation, and you can get an idea of what we're looking at. So let me go and start this, and we'll go from there. So Corey's laying the ground cover down here, or excuse me, not the ground cover, the drip tape. Corey's laying the drip tape down. You can see he's got 3 rows down. He just lays those out first. He's putting the wedding ring band on, and some people call that the wedding ring. Some people call it a cigar band. You know, I've done this. I've also, we have a valve that you can buy if you want that. But I can also tell you, I've just taken in and twisted it up, tied a knot in the end of it, and that works just as good. It's not that big a deal. But if you notice, Corey is doing the cigar band or wedding band, and it works very, very well.
Is there any pros to that?
You know, as far as pros or cons, they all do the same job. The plus here is you can take it apart and put it back together. So one thing he's doing here, he puts his ground stake at the end. He puts it so he can stretch the line and it won't move. And it's not real tight, but you can see he's laid it out. Now, if you notice, now he's just sliding the valve on the front, and pretty self-explanatory, but he's going to slide those valves on the front. Remember, of course, he uses, in this particular bed, he uses pine straw for mulch, but if you get into dirt, you want to try and keep as much dirt out of the lines as possible. So, but he slides that on real quick, you can see, and cranks that nut down. And then there's the key, the punch. And what he's going to do, he's going to punch into the main line or the header line, the heavy black tube at the end of the row. He punches in there. Remember, the water's off. And then he punches the nipple on the valve into it. Ta-da! He's got it. Now, he's having to muscle it a little bit because he didn't waller that hole out much. And let me tell you, if it drips, big deal. It's drip irrigation. It's supposed to drip. As long as you don't have a huge amount of water coming out, it's not that big a deal. It's just going to drip very small amounts. Now, if you notice, I'm going to stop there. You can see on the header line, he is attaching the hose connection fitting to the header pipe, which just pushes on and screws on. And then you'll have the pressure regulator. I think he's already got it on there, but the pressure regulator, yeah, you can see the black pressure regulator here. And sometimes that'll be a black one, sometimes that'll be a white one. It just really depends on what we have in stock. But we do have, they do the exact same thing. It's just 2 different manufacturers. It's who we can get it from, because we sell a lot of these and we have trouble getting them every once in a while. But anyway, you've got the pressure regulator on this also. So you can see he's tightening that down, and then he's going to hook the hose. You notice he's punching it again and running his other line. See how he's punching that together? Now I'm going to talk a little bit real quick about the line. That black header line, if you lay that out in the sun, it is going to get really soft and pliable, so it's a little hard. You can punch it, but it's a little harder to get that little nipple punched in, so you have to kind of hold it because it'll want to flatten out. It works fine, but it's a lot better when that black pipe is a little cooler in the day and it doesn't get flattened out. That's just tricks we've learned. So He's going to get it punched in there. He got it back on. You can see the other one there he's got already done. I think he did 3 lines on this one, just a real short one. And he's hooking the drip tape up to it. And we're using 15 mil drip tape on this. It is more than heavy enough. You don't have any trouble. There you go. He's got his hose hooked up to it. Now the one thing he didn't do, hold on, we're going to watch it here. The one thing he didn't do is he turned his water on and then he realized, oh crap, I forgot to put the figure 8 on the end of it. So I'm going to show you what happens. Make sure the water's off here, guys. So he cuts the line and he didn't turn the water off. He's just trying to get it done. You know, when you're out in the garden and you're doing stuff, you do what you have to do, and you can see the water's just a having at it. But even got Tim wet when he was videotaping it. But you see, he just folded that back over, did the figure 8. You can pull that open when the water's off. You can drain it. Now, let me go back here on this. This is one of the ends of a drip tape that he left open. I would recommend this before you really get going, to leave all your lines open and just flush them out. That way you can flush all the dirt out if there happens to be, or maybe a little plastic or something in there. Flush them out the ends. That way you've got a clean internal system where the water is and you won't have any trouble at all. Not that we really have trouble anyway with drippers clogging that are built into the line, but that just helps. It's just one more thing on the list to remember to do. So, but he's going to, he lets that run, and then I don't know if he shows in the video. Yeah, there he is. He puts that, he cuts a piece off and puts that on, slides it on there. The wedding ring or cigar band, whichever you want to call it, slides it back in there. And personally, I would fold it over again and do it. But there you go, it's done. Remember, all that's lower pressure, 15 psi or lower, but it doesn't affect the flow. And looky there. It's dripping, it's 1 foot spacing. I know some people question whether it needs to be more than 1 foot spacing. Maybe Tim can add this in, but we've got some pictures of time-lapse situation where you can see it starts as a small drip and it gets bigger and then it's bigger, and then all of a sudden it's like 6 to 8 inches on each side of that drip tape, and it's soggy wet and it goes straight down, and that's perfect. That is perfect. And that's 1 foot spacing. And to do that, you probably used 10% of the water you would have had you run sprinklers on it, because you're wetting everything then. So it's very, very efficient, and it gets everything where it needs to. The other thing, we didn't show it in this one, you can always put water-soluble fertilizer or fish emulsion or the blue stuff, I'll call it, the blue fertilizer, water soluble, and inject the proper type in there, and man, it's great. You're gonna have wonderful gardens this way. Anyway, I wanted to go over this. Thank you so much. See you next time. I appreciate everything you do for us. Bye-bye.